Hey, how's it going, Ferrets? This is Rock, checking in on your most recent NGS game. But I said, looks like game one here was on Infernal Shrines. So I'll stick around by following memes for a little bit here. So as we load into Infernal Shrines, as always, we want to look at our win conditions and understand what we're doing, how do we win, and what exactly are our strengths and what are our enemy strengths. So first things first, we are either it looks like to be a pick comp or a shrine comp. Both of them are fine. I said I don't have a problem with playing either one of those. Just making sure that we play for either side. So the reason I think that we can be a pick comp is we do technically have double. So hold on. So we do technically have potentially double mage here. So Tychus needs to really be careful on what he takes on level 4. So Tychus can be AA, can be our sustained damage and can do a lot of percentage damage to folks. But with them having a Tychus, I probably would not take, and us having a KTZ, or KT, we definitely don't want to take bigger they are on 4. So making sure that we're able to have good damage structures. So that's like one globe for KT, well done. Second globe for KT, excellent. So, okay, cool. Waves are pretty much cleared even here, not a problem. They are weak early here, right? They don't have a real boy in Varian, so if you're able to find something even on Varian, Varian doesn't have a lot. That's a good idea. Good luck. Good try. Go ahead and just clear the wave. Yep, we got our globes. So, see if we can get a second globe there for KT. Ah, we could have done it. We were split. That's okay. All right. But yeah, so once again, I think just be careful of your win condition and your damage structure here. But I do think you can play. You definitely are playing more towards pick than objective, just because you don't have a cleanse, and Stukov is best being proactive, being able to put that silence puddle down. So, yeah, I think if you play towards a pick-oriented gameplay, you'll be fine. If you play for a shrine-oriented gameplay, I think you also will be fine. So the enemy team, I would say their draft is not well defined. So Varian equals pick tank, right? Like if you're going to pick Varian, you are going to be playing pick. Sure, he can wall, and sure, he can do other things, but he's honestly not good at it. So trying to make Varian do things that are not pick related makes Varian cry, because that's his best thing. He wants to play pick. So yeah. So and then you look at Chromie. Chromie can play pick or can play poke. Those are the only two things Chromie can do. And pick revolves around loop. And so if they picked Chromie because you picked Stukov, they are going to be playing, unfortunately, pick. So us not having a cleanse means that they hypothetically get a free kill every time Chromie loops something. The only real way to stop it is if they somehow loop Garrosh. Garrosh can pop unstop. We don't need all 4 top for this camp. Okay, KT's going back. As I was saying, like, we really don't want to over-rotate everybody to this camp. So, like, we're behind almost a full level in soak, or XP. Sorry, we're almost behind a full level in XP. I want to stop real quick and see where is the difference. So there's 400 XP missing. Oh, wait a minute. Go to the other one. We can do the totals. So we're missing out on almost 1,400 minion soaks. That's 2 waves of soak that have been missed. So we really need to make sure that our early game, that we are good on our soak. I understand that Leo died, so we lost some soak top, right? And so maybe we need to be communicating what lanes he needs to be soaking and how we want to play our particular composition. If we're looking for picks, because early right there on that very beginning, you tried looking for a pick down here aggressively, which is fine. So it's like, just, are we playing a 4-1 pick where Leo's responsible for double soaking, or are we playing a 1-3-1 pick where KT or Tychus is responsible for catching stuff down here? Just something to think about. Which one are you doing? How do you want to play it? I don't think there's a wrong answer or a right answer here. Obviously, being able to pick Varian early is great because he's not a real boy and he doesn't have tons of health. And then anyone on their team, if you throw outside of a blaze, can be bursted very easily from their team. And then remember that Rhaegar cannot self-cleanse. So if you throw Rhaegar, Rhaegar cannot save himself. So there's something to be thinking about, but we're behind quite a bit of soak here, leading into the objective. We saw Tychus, or we just saw Hanzo on the minimap going towards the objective. So I like the timing on the camp. That's good. They should probably also be doing their camp. There it is. So since they did theirs later than ours, they technically will get cleared if they don't show up. But I love that. I absolutely love. We're on the camp, on time, ready to go as a team. You should win this objective 100%. So make sure you guys do a good job of killing this objective. I don't think you need to be in that bush, Memes. Yes, so this is exactly what I was going to worry about. So are we picking or are we on the shrine? Right? We're up almost 20 minions. I'm going to take this thing away. We're almost up 20 minions on the shrine, and we threw a Varian like we wanted to get a pick. But, like, all of our buttons are on the shrine. Right? Like, we don't have our KT buttons to help get the kill there because we're on the shrine. I like the look, but you need to be, I think you need to be communicating it, and I think you wanted to be in this bush. If you're going to be looking for that pick to throw him into your team, use this bush here to get him further displaced from his team and closer to your damage. Because the other bush is a good bush, but that top bush is a, I'm throwing you away from my team. I'm not letting you engage on my team. Compared to here, you could throw him backwards into your team. But yeah, so we got our objective. We got what we wanted. We were on position, on time, so we got the objective. So if we can, I agree, let's try and get a punish. Right? If we get a silence puddle underneath them, they have no way to really dodge the Punisher. Yes, Rhaegar has cleanse, but it's a very short range cleanse, and he has to time it well. So you guys have a very good chance of punishing whoever gets jumped by John Cena here. So I want to see a puddle underneath the jump. I want to see a boosted E from KT, right? Like a empowered E. And then maybe Memes can follow it up with a stun or throw them. But I want to see everything on this Punisher. There's the jump. See, okay. So now we're not playing towards our win condition again. So we broke the wall, right? Like, which I don't think is wrong. We can break down a wall, but we're not diving past their towers, right? Like, we're going to use the Punisher as our initiator on their tower. Like, us getting on the right side of this tower is not going to increase our chance of getting a kill. Like, the wall's dead regardless because that's just what the Punisher does. Right? So if we would have focused our efforts on top of the person being jumped there, we have a chance to get a kill or put enough pressure. Okay, we got away. Everyone's fine. Alright, cool. So we won the first objective. We're behind a little bit on XP. Most of that XP is still just from early game. Ooh, good idea. Good try. Right? That's what we can do. We look, and then we go away. Like, we can always fish. In that particular case, Memes, yeah, I see we're about to get engaged on, but I just want to comment on the play style. So let's get back up to that bush real quick. Okay. So right here. This is close enough for people to be in range. Can you, mounted, get to Blaze? Yes, you can. And that's obviously the best. We want to be engaging from mount. We can also be playing with fish, meaning we are going to throw our Q and hit him, run up, throw him back. Right? So like if you would have Q'd first, instead of trying to run up and throw, like as soon as you got in range, Q'd, he wouldn't have been able to charge away, but we continue to run up and try and grab him. You see what I mean? So like if you would have Q'd first, you actually would have hit him. So it's really hard because obviously the best type of engage is when we can, you know, get a free E and throw him backwards. But we might need to be trying to play more of a fish style where you're throwing Qs out, and if the stun lands, it usually is a slow with it that you're able to then throw them backwards to your team. So this is something to think about. Okay, well, we missed it. We're clearing the wave. We're trying to get the camp. We're a little bit aggressive. Save your friend. Unfortunate. So that's a dead tag. Oh, Okay, they didn't focus fire that very well. You can use your throw to cleanse it, but you have to time it really well to get the cleanse off the loop. Right? I'm pretty sure it's a cleanse. Oh, maybe not. No, they are unstoppable while in flight, so you have to time it just right, but you can do it. Is this the fight we want? Sorry, I was reading the talent first. Okay. Meme saying, I want to look. Sounds good. Didn't find it. Oh, we did find it. Hanzo. Oh, we just missed through. Yep, that's unfortunate. We missed through. The time stop was good, but the time stop would have hit Hanzo too. Okay. Little things there, guys. Little things. You're doing fine. We don't need 5 people to clear top. I understand there's not a lot potentially to do here, but we just showed that we're 4 top. Like, Leo can handle it. If you wanted to do something top, right, like you wanted to not show, you could look to be like ganking Blaze on a rotation if you wanted to do the pick thing, right? Or you can be looking here for Blaze, or you can be looking here, like one of these spots for Blaze. But like everyone showing top, there was no reason for us to all be top. KT might be in danger. KT safe. They're getting bottom camp. Again, we're kind of all together. Are we trying to gank Blaze now? Okay, looks like we're trying to gank Blaze. So make sure, first thing you do, so versus most offlaners, you usually do want to wait for your team. I appreciate you waiting for your team. Into Blaze, you need to get in front of him. Oh, Blaze is definitely overextended and dead. Make sure someone's body blocking Blaze. What happened there? Blaze is 100% overextended, deserves to die. Stun hits. You threw a minion. Dang. Okay. And he gets away, doesn't he? Okay. He dies, but we ended up taking, 10 minutes to kill a Blaze. And now they're pushing the structure bottom to try and get an advantage. We don't have 10s. We really should be coming to them. We'll have 10s trickle. No, I don't like this. Okay. They are clearly way overextended. We have a huge chance here to punish them. I think this is a 5-man bottom. Like, I know that we're behind up here, but like, this is a great chance to force an uneven fight. Like, this building is not going to die. The wave's neutral here, so it's just going to sit here. Like, we might lose a little bit more experience, but like, what if Leo was here? Right? Even if we're just looking and it's a half rotate. Right? I'm going to cheat and use everyone vision for a second. What if Leo was right here right now? Right? They can't get out of Entomb. If Leo was here, giving vision to the team, we could all run together through this choke or run with Leo and have a wonderful 4v5 opportunity. So, just something to think about as you're rotating and doing stuff. Yes, we need to catch soak, but like, we didn't get anything with our Blaze, with the Blaze kill. Right? That's kind of what Cav's talking about when it's like, getting a pick is good if the timing is good for the pick and you do something with it. And so if we would have used the pick to then force a team fight to get a staggered death pick, now we're ready for the objective and we can get there first with them being a man down. Versus right now, Blaze is back up and they're going to have full resources and ready to fight at the objective. Yes, we know they're there. They see us, so we definitely don't want to fight. Right, if we're playing pick, we don't want the fight. We want to find not the 5v5, but just the one player. That's a good look. They have vision again. Okay, we're doing Shrine instead. Oh my gosh, what the heck just... Oh, he got shotgunned. I think Daze just dies. Yeah, that was There's 100% a W Hanzo with some other burst there. That was painful. They got the flank on us. We should be fine. Yep. Okay. So at this point, we effectively are not going to win the shrine. Right? They already have... oh, no, we have half the minions. Okay, somehow we got the minions. Sorry. I thought they had 13. We can still play for the shrine. Leo will be back up. Oh... Leo still has Entomb, and they don't have their counter Entomb. I don't know if I like this. Why are we not trying to fight this? Okay, we used Entomb on probably the hardest target for us to kill. Like, I know you're trying to grab whatever's in front of you. Alright, we got our kill. We got 2 kills. Well done. Alright, let's win this objective now. It was sloppy. It was sloppy and it wasn't put together, but you guys actually did it right. I think that looks good. We don't want to be chasing more kills, though. Okay, hold on. Okay. We have 2 kills. We just need to stop them from getting 8 minions, right? We can easily stop them from getting 8 minions by using Memes and Dazed, right? And even Tie-Dye can help. So as far as this. I don't like this ult at all. That we don't need Odin to secure this objective. Oh no, we lose this objective? Okay, no, there's no way. Can we get pants? Oh, it's gonna be close. Well done. Okay. Alright, that would have been 10 times easier to get a kill if we would have, again, like I said, just picked him and had 1 or 2 people working on the objective. So we've now gone top, and our strength of our objective is gone because we no longer have Odin to push with this. If we had Odin to push with this, so much more damage. So we can't punish the person being jumped. There'll be 1 more jump. Might have a chance to punish. There's the jump. Oh, yep, well done. Get the Rehgar. Oh, it was so close. Oh my gosh. And then we get punished for it. Okay. Oh my gosh, guys. You have this. Okay. Okay. Memes is calling Rehgar. We overlapped our abilities. And, oh man. Okay. That's what happened. Okay. I know we want to all, like, Memes clearly called the target there because everyone threw their abilities at the target. But Memes also threw the target backwards to you so you guys could hit him easier, which then makes it that much harder to land the follow-up stun and the follow-up silence. So we need to be working together on what we're trying to do. Once Memes has taunt, we should be throwing for that taunt combo. And so Memes, if you need to go into try mode here, go for it. But the Rehgar should never get Ancestral off here. What I mean is that when you do your taunt combo... Okay. So right here, throw. When it's right above your head, taunt. You want to taunt. Because then, yes, you stunned him afterwards, but the taunt prevents him from ever being able to push buttons during the duration of the taunt. So while he's in the air, he can't push buttons for 2 seconds. Sure, your team may only get to DPS him for like 1.5 seconds because you're throwing him away, but if he's taunted, he doesn't get the Ancestral off in time. The taunt comes too late. So either A, Memes, make sure you taunt when you throw, so that way the person dies because they can't push buttons, or B, team, make sure you're following up on Memes' throw, because both of our CCs did not land. So he gets away, which he shouldn't have. And then, unfortunately, we try to chase for the kill and get killed for it. So imagine during this whole time, if we had Odin. Pew, 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 pew. So making sure to use our ults for what they're meant for. Nice unstop. Alright, we lived. Good job. Right? This game is 100% even. You're technically ahead. It's looking good. I like the team back. Makes us feel like we're in sync. Power Rangers, go! Do 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 do. Some John Cena in there too. Okay. We need help bottom. Okay, we're looking for a pick. Right? I see pick, 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 pick. Everyone's ready for a pick. Who's our pick target? We're running at them. Are we trying to blow up the... And then we stop chasing. Oh boy. Oh, the Entomb's there. The Entomb is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Okay. I've already used 20 of my 30 minutes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So when you're committing to this engage, right, we need to walk together or walk in the same pattern, right? They walk through here. Yes, we assume they're going to try to exit here. If they're going to try to exit here, right, Memes can come down here and cover the exit, or Memes chases here and Leo covers the exit. But we're not allowed to walk in this bush as KT because we don't know where they are. Like, somehow our target focus switched. We knew they were here, and now we're looking this way, and we end up losing half of our health for free. And then the Entomb is beautiful, but, like, we've already used all of our buttons on this engage, so we can't hit this 3-man Entomb with our stuff. Like, we held them there as long as we could, but... yeah. And then... oh, Stukov's okay. Yep, everyone gets out. Okay, good. That's so sad. I think if we would have tightened that up, we definitely would have gotten at least a, not just a 1-for-1, but potentially had huge follow-up there. They did the bottom camp. We're doing this camp. That's fine. Can you punish that? That's overextended. Oh, no. The Chromie. I don't want to go back. I don't think you need to throw them there, Memes. I think they're already in the wrong spot. Almost got a kill. Dang. Just remember, are we fighting 5 versus 5s, or are we looking for picks? Got to be able to use our picks for picks. And if we're going to sit here and fight 5v5, we need to make sure we're getting value. That's a great root combo. I almost got a kill there. Okay, you want to do this camp, Garrosh? Like, I see you ping the camp. We're really stringed out here. Like, we can leave one person, probably KT, to clear this. And if we're looking for a pick or looking for something, we need to have people with Garrosh. Whether it be for this camp that was pinged or to be in position. I don't think Garrosh should be this far ahead of the team. So that way if Garrosh does find something, there's nothing that they can do. Right? Like, I understand when we get to the objective on time. But, like, what if they were here rotating to kill us? Like, we just don't have space. And we got the objective first, which is good. We're clearing the wave. I think it's fine. Again, if we're going to Odin for the objective, that's fine. But it needs to make sense. Right? Like, let's use Odin as part of our long-range poke into the objective. Like, we're here, and we're shooting it into range versus being at point-blank range. Because, like, one of the main things with Odin, you actually do less single target damage in Odin. And you guys are playing single target pick. So if we want to use Odin to secure the objective, that's fine. But you want to use it when you're sieging like over the wall or doing damage to it. You don't want to Odin when there's no pressure, no reason to get more range. Right? Like think of it as a siege machine or to help secure the objective because you can safely shoot over the wall. You don't want to just be using Odin without any real reason. That team fight that you just had, you potentially could have done more damage to the Blaze in with your drill than you could with Odin. Yeah, I don't know if we actually get this objective now. This is going to be hard. Because Gyrosh is going to res, but like we have an Entomb. We blew Entomb and missed, and now we die. So we fought a 4v5. Okay. We got the objective, but for 5 deaths. Okay. Let's just quickly go back and rethink what could we've done differently. Okay. So right now we're up 15. So if we don't Odin here, right, just as an observation, not saying it's wrong, just if you don't Odin here, okay, the objective is still more or less 21. Okay, Memes has found them, right? And so now that we're getting into a 5v5 situation as a pick comp, we want to front to back kill something or pull someone away from the 5v5 so we can get a pick. So Blaze is here, so we definitely no longer want to fight 5v5 on the shrine. Right? Our team is north. Like, Gyrosh is doing his best. There's just no heals coming for Gyrosh. And then this splits us. Right? So there's just 0 things coming down this way. Leo can't do anything. You tried to throw Leo, but Leo ended up dying. You end up getting the throw on Vince. You end up dying there. Yeah. So to me, this collapse happens because we overstayed here and had low mobility. Like, if we're going to race and fight for the shrine, which is fine, we can race and fight for the shrine, we need to be fighting for it up here so we can win the shrine. If you're going to be retreating and looking for a pick, as soon as you got vision arrowed here, everyone needs to leave because this is not the angle of attack that you want. Either Leo is initiating and trying to get bunker blown by throwing out Entomb, or we're trying to get a pick and throw somebody back towards our team away from their team. Like, we just needed to back up earlier. And then I think if we were in Odin, we do more damage to the Blaze that ran right at us. And if we didn't use Odin, then here, right, when it's 31-21, we can Odin up here. Dazed can Entomb, whether he hits it or not, entombs, and then you can snipe the last 5 minions that you need, right? Because right here, if you had Odin, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 of your 7 minions that you need, right? So, and it'd be a lot safer for Odin to poke over the wall than to have KT go too far forward. So, unfortunate. So, we pretty much gave them that. Does he get the building? Hey, we got a building. Okay, not the end of the world, but we gave them a lot of XP there for no reason. Daze is in trouble. Yep, that was too cheeky. Yep, our camp would be nice. They see it, we have to leave. Yep. Okay, so at this point, we're a full level behind on the way to 20. They're going to get 20s first, and they're going to, that means the next objective, our goal is to look for 20s. So we either want to fight before the objective, which it looks like we're trying to do, but we're fighting into their choke. Like, this Dragon Arrow has been on point. Not that it had a super wombo or anything, it literally has just been thrown at every choke. So first question. Do we have to force there? Okay. 18 versus 19. They can see us walking. Look at all of the stuff that's coming. KT is clearing down here. So we are not 5 looking at them. If you want to scout as Leo, right, you know you're engaging. Someone has called, let's go, let's go, let's go. If you're calling, let's go, and Leo's going to be first, Leo needs to be spooky walking. You want to be stopping here and spooky walking in. Whether it be from the bush to 100% hide you're coming from vision or just in range. If you spooky walk in, you don't take any of this damage from Varian, and you can land your Entomb 1, 2, 3. But because we didn't spooky walk in, we get CC'd and lose half of our health, and Memes panics and throws you out, and now we're stuck in a choke. Right? So as a pick comp, remember, you want to go front to back. So you need to be able to hit what's in front of you. So if we can, we want to be attacking not in chokes, but also when we know we can find them isolated. We know that they're 5 here, or at least 4 here, because they just took this bottom camp as well. So if you wanted to take an engage that results in a pick, this angle makes more sense to me than running at them. But you just, as I might get, you guys just have, with the lack of cleanse and with the lack of AoE kill, like you guys have good AoE with KT and Chain Bomb, but like, sorry, you don't have a Wombo. Like if you land a Raw Entomb here on 3 players, they're not potentially going to die. Because you don't have like the Hanzo Dragon Strike or anything that's truly womboing them. And then Bunker is available to get them out of there. So like you really need to be able to front to back kill one target. So if that was something you were looking for, I would like to see Spooky Ghost walking in and then entombing. And then you can kind of get the lay of the land if we follow up on the entomb or if we go around. But yeah, so we'll lose 2 here. 4. That's again a full team wipe for more or less being over aggressive. Like I know we want to fight pre-20, but like we don't have to fight there. Right? Like we could, if we know we want to fight pre-20, right? Like we could have just cleared, and then looked at this camp. Like look for someone to rotate up, or looked up here for Blaze to answer this. Like, yeah. Like this is a good Entomb again. Right? But it's like it's one of those things where it's like where's the damage for it? Like the Entomb isn't gonna kill anyone because we don't have like a true Wombo. 19 versus 20. We're wisely not going to the objective yet. We need to get 20s. And so what's worse is that since we used Entomb, I don't know if silencing Entomb is going to be up now for this team fight. Okay, it is up in time. So just something to think about, as it's like every time we use an ult, there's an opportunity cost. And yes, yours is up back in time, so we're okay. All right, we get 1 try at this. So now that we have silencing Entomb, if we can catch Blaze, he can't bunker and save his teammates. We still have to watch out for the counter, right? They have the Hanzo counter to Leo. This is 100% a draft thing, where if you're playing Leo for Entomb, you take Hanzo Dragon Strike, so every time you Entomb, you can't follow up on it because there's a Dragon Strike. Okay, look where we're standing. I think we can kill Blaze here, or at least get Bunker out of Blaze. You have red button selected already? Okay, we do. Yeah, I think this is an okay use of Odin because we're all in on this team fight and we need to win off of the Entomb versus off of a pick. So I think this one's okay. It's good silence, good taunt, silencing Entomb. So we didn't. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, we're walking into this fight, and everyone has picked their level 20s but Memes. So Memes, figure out how to pick your 20s as soon as it's available, or don't walk in until you have your 20 selected. Yours isn't the end of the world, right? You can take double throw, which maybe changes things a little bit. I know you wouldn't take Death Wish here, but if you took double throw, right, then potentially this throw here catches 2 and puts him in the Science Puddle. But everyone else has, and then Stukov doesn't have his 20, but he can strategically not take the 20 to get the triple flaps, so I think that's fine. Leo now has Sciencing and Tomb. Okay. And you have double throw. Excellent. So it is all picked. Okay. So right here, if you would have had double throw here, you actually would have thrown both of them. Like if you would have selected it before you did this throw, you would have thrown Dagny too. Okay. Leo's here. So who's our target? Who's being called here? Because we have, as soon as we did the throw, watch where all of our abilities go. We'll slow it down to normal speed. The Flame Strike is not on the target. That was thrown. The Silence Puddle's on the target. Right? The Tychus is hitting the target. The Entomb is to the right. Right? Like, it's not bad. Like, Entomb is to the right. Tychus, again, is hitting front to back. Uses Leap prematurely here. The Entomb has been used, and we just need to pick a target. Like, if we would have all gone in on the front 2 tanks, like, yes, you don't want to focus the tank, I know. But, like, if you would have focused the 2 tanks, they probably would have died and not been able to get into bunker. But instead, we've split our damage so much that the dog is dying to Phoenix and Leo. Tychus is trying to hit the pile but can't hit everything because it's not single target damage. This is AoE damage. So we really want to be hitting the same targets. And so now, like, we're chasing, right? KT's over here trying to hit this target too, but we can't hit it. And so now we're retreating down a player, right? Memes is effectively out of the fight. So we lose the objective. We missed our chance. Yeah, we're just done. All right. I like the fight. I think that is the fight you have to take. Focus fire, and I think we get 2 kills. I don't know if we win the objective, but I think we get 2 kills, and that pushes it to where the objective is either slowed or we can clear the objective safely. Us not having a cleanse means that Garrosh has to eat the Punisher with Unstop. Remember, when you eat the Punisher behind your wall in the base, to try to drag him to a lane that has towers. I think on this particular side, you want to drag him up. If you can. Because the Punisher has weird pathing. The Punisher can actually switch which lane and building he's attacking if you get him to run the right way. So if you're standing like right here and you like trigger the Punisher, you can then pop Unstop and run up. And he will go to this building instead of coming back down to this one. We got the Unstop. Dragon Arrow followed up on it. The building's gonna die. Oh boy. Did we just walk into a pile? Yeah, I would have. Your whole team was positioned north. I would have stood here and looked to try and jump it this way. Okay, we don't. The next jump's about to happen, right? When the next, we should be as a team. Either one person on the team counts 8 seconds for when the Punisher's going to jump. So as a team, someone's counting. Punisher jump's about to happen. So that way, this doesn't happen. The Punisher should never get multiple people jumped. Like, yes, we're trying to zone. Yes, we're trying to do stuff, but this becomes worse because we're clumped for the Punisher. Right? Like, we're in a position where we're playing not to die. Because they don't have great core damage. Right? Like, if you look at their team's composition, they can't kill core. Right? If there's 5 versus 5 at the core, they cannot kill it. They need kills. So, we can't be playing up here. Unstop was already used by Garrosh on the first one. The next jump needs to be Leo with Spooky Walk. And that's going to be game. Because now that we're dead, we can't eat the next jump, can't slow it down. The game's probably already over before that, but just in general, you have a much better chance of surviving 5 versus 5 and them not being able to end on core because they don't have the damage for core compared to trying to fight behind the Punisher and into their pick comp. So, man, I think you guys actually really had a good chance at winning this one. This one looks like, to me, a mixture of misusing some of our ultimates and not playing towards our win condition. Your draft allows you to play pick. Your draft allows you to play for the objective. You just need to pick one as the event is happening, so that way your team is behind you. If we're going to play for the objective, some of those early game objectives, right? Like this objective up here, I think is the critical one from me. Like, we're up on everything on the map, and we take this objective, and we end up throwing 5 lives away for this objective, which we did secure, but end up losing this building and losing a lot of structure. Then we forced a fight mid-tier for no real strength outside of we want to stop them before 20. But there's plenty of time. Like, if they're out of position, we want to pick. But we don't. It's not do or die at this point in the game. Right? Like, their 20 spikes aren't so strong that, oh my goodness, we can never take an even talented fight again. If anything, your 20s are better. Having big red buttons, silencing Entomb, your 20s are much better. Flame Strike range, you guys have much stronger 20s than they do. So if you're able to get to 20s without forcing this fight, and you have this building up too, right? Because then this building would still be alive because we played slow. Then losing this Punisher means they get maybe 2 buildings instead of core. So don't force fights and take picks that don't make sense. Look at the death timers. Look at what's happening. Fight what makes sense. They definitely had a draft advantage over you, just because they have quote unquote so many counters. Like, if you throw Varian, you're gonna have a hard time bursting him with your Tychus. Anytime an Entomb comes, there should be a Dragon Strike on top of it, making your Entomb feel useless, or in worst case, it's now a 1-for-1. You have an Entomb, they have a Bunker. So even when it's really bad, Bunker is available. So it could be part draft, part who we had available, who was able to sub tonight. Like, definitely they had the better, like, answers to what we were trying to do. Because as a pick comp, we want to kill front to back. They have 2 very long-ranged poke-like heroes, right? So they're playing poke to all in, is what they're doing with their composition. They technically are pick because they have, Chromie Loop and Variant shenanigans, but so it's not like pick where, oh yeah, you were taunted and you instantly died. Most of the time it was loop into taunt into Dragon Strike where they're all inning on top of you. So you guys really needed to find isolated picks, rotational picks, or you needed to be able to get to the objective first and win the objective. And so we kind of did half and half. And then I said I would have. I'm not a Tychus main, but I really don't think. I think two of the Odins were off, and potentially I don't even know if you needed Odin. I think laser drill would have been just fine. Like laser drill helps melt bunker, and laser drill also gives you more single target damage for that front to back kill, which is what your team is good at. So I don't know. I think there's lots of choices, but I think we clean that up. We play a little tighter. We play a little bit better off of one another, and like just tiny micro things while we were ahead to early until finally like this straw broke our back and put us to where we were instead of ahead, we were behind, and then we forced when we were behind, and then it just we had to do one more Hail Mary play here. We didn't sync together, and then that was it. We just had nothing left to throw at them. So keep your heads up. I think it's honestly a very good game to learn from. Let's quickly look at talents. So I don't like that I see this globe talent not finished. Oh, no, it is finished. Sorry. My bad. I thought it was 40. So, okay. Globe was finished. I like the range. Burn flesh. What's the other talent on that tier? I usually really like burn flesh. No, I think burn flesh is still correct. I I was just saying, I'm like, how often are you going to get hit 2 when you're playing pick? But I think you will hit 2 just because of them being either both tiny arms or both long arms, and then inside of an entomb you should hit 2. So I think that's right. I think Phoenix is correct because they have too many saves for Pyroblast, cooldown reduction, ignite. See, I actually don't like this ignite here. I really like Fury of the Sunwell. So, especially with Entomb, that means your Flame Strike hits twice guaranteed, which is huge amounts of damage, especially if you're taking Burn Flesh and if you take the increased range. Ignite is really good for single target picks, right? Like you throw it actually Ignite's really good for poke. Because if you're picking someone, right, like someone has been thrown, you're going to be able to throw your own W on them. Right? Like that's part of your rotation is you're going to be throwing an E, a Q, a W, and then maybe an auto attack. So Ignite's really good for poke because now you're throwing out a Q, and when it hits them, it does more damage to them. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. I think I would have taken Fury of the Sunwell here, just because that gives me more siege. It gives me more shrine control. It gives me everything that I think our team is missing or wants to do for AoE damage compared to single target kill. Like we have lots of single target kill already. I think Tychus is fine. I think all of those look right. Right, because we don't know what bigger they are. And the rhythm could have been very good here. But Master Assassin works with Odin. So that's right. Coding, frag grenade. Yeah, that's fine. Garage, QQQ. Basic attacks and bloodthirsty heroes reduce the target's spell power. I don't know if you're actually going to get anything out of this. It's not double support. There's no mages. I maybe would have taken Loktar Ogar. Like you were throwing people out, you were throwing people in. It reduces the cooldown, meaning you can potentially have it up every time loop is up. More armor, so the person that is getting looped comes back with 40 armor. Yeah, I don't know if I like spell power reduction here. You went full Q build. And then double throw. Did we not finish our Q quest? So you need to be fishing more. If you're going to take Q quest, we need to be fishing. Because this is what gives you the CDR. Once you hit 15 heroes, you get the cooldown reduction. So even early game, you might have opportunities to get kills. If we can walk up and throw them. But in the early game, respect what they can do. And just try throwing Qs and fishing and hitting them. It's a different playstyle. Remind me memes. I can send you a video for Garrosh. Remind me about it, and I'll try and get it to you. But I think this should have been more of a fishing style Garrosh instead of walking at them. Especially if you're gonna go full Q build. Stuka, Flow Blow, Armor. Wait, Armor? Armor? What's the auto attack that you're trying to reduce? Everyone on their team is spell damage. I think either of the other two were better. If you needed longer fights, you can take one good spread to get more heals. If you needed bigger heals, I think you would have taken this one. I think this is actually not good this game. There's no Vala, there's no Greymane, there's nothing that's doing AA damage. Not at least a significant amount of AA damage. Yeah, I definitely would have taken the other two. Yep, this is the build. Swipes. Lurking that. This is fun. I saw you use it at least once. Maybe try and work together as a team to make sure that you get to use your root. I said, I only saw it happen once. I was watching a lot of things. I saw you do it down here once, and you almost got a kill with it when you like grabbed the Hanzo and somebody else. So I think it's a huge playmaking talent. I absolutely love the talent. But maybe try and work with your team. So like as an example, Garrosh could be fishing for Qs. He like lands the max range Q. And then you can throw your combo by yourself and root them and silence them. And then Garrosh can taunt and do stuff. Or once the Entomb lands, right, pre-20, you can follow up with a silence on it. With a rooted silence. Yeah, I think there's options. I do believe this is correct. Yeah, because if you get taunted or womboed or whatever, you get a big heal. So that's right. And then I'm assuming you didn't pick your 20 because you were doing the controlled chaos multiple flap thing. So, okay, and then Leo. Okay. You guys really went all in on the objective here. You've got 3 objective heroes. You should not have lost any of the objectives. Okay. So this is a bait talent, Leos. People are not going to stand willingly in your arm, right? So as much as this is cool to be like, I'm going to heal more, you know what heals more? The tether not breaking. If the tether never breaks, then you never stop healing. Because the bonus you get from this is really from the last duration. Right, so increase the healing by 25%, right? So let's look at the talent. Okay. So attach the first enemy healing Leo for 10% of his maximum health over 4 seconds. Okay. So it moves up. You get 15% increased healing, right? So 15% of your maximum health, right? Which I can't see your health because you're dead. Let's just say it's 3,000, right? So 15% more of 3,000 means you get 350 more health, right? But if you increase the range, there's a good chance that they can never actually break the tether. So then the slight increase of healing you get, right, doesn't actually come to full fruition because you're losing amount of time of drain. And then if somehow you magically get a full heal, you get 5% of your max health. So, yeah, I don't. In my opinion, I think hopelessness is good here. Like unless they have someone that can never run away from you, right? Like a Deathwing. This makes so much sense into a Deathwing. But like this one here is what's going to be able to be stick onto people longer. I love the Entomb. I don't know if I go AA this game because as you AA, like you're getting blown up. If you're able to get more heals off, more Ws, you have better chance to live, which means that you take more Ws here. And then Silencing Entomb doesn't have to be forced. You could also take Burning Despair. So I don't mind AA build. I just it comes down to how often are you going to be able to duel and hit the person you want to hit. And so if you're entombing like Blaze bunkers out. If you're entombing like Rhaegar, yes, this does more damage to Rhaegar because you can punch him. So it's like, but it's like we're depending on what you're trying to hit, who you're trying to hit. You can do more single target damage, or you can be a beefy boy that survives and stays longer. Like how did you do on kill death ratio this game? It felt like poor Leo went in and died anytime he went in. Yeah, 7 deaths. So yeah, I think one of those isn't fair. One or two of them isn't fair. Like one was up here when you got the objective secured, and one was up here when you were being cheesy trying to backdoor cut a wave. But either way, I think getting a little bit more healing from your healing hands there maybe would have kept you alive or created more opportunities. So something to think about. Don't be afraid to take the life drain build. I know it's not as flashy and the big crit numbers and all that stuff is super cool, but yeah, when you have two beefy targets and you're playing front to back, feel free to just put the hand on the beefy target and drain them away. All right, fun games. That went way too long, but hopefully you learned something new. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good night.